What's up everyone, Joseph here. I wanted to do another video of the 5 things I like and the 5 things I dislike about this iPad Air. So to start, you know me, my name's Joseph. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. The support helps more than you know. And leave a comment if you like these videos, these types of videos, and I'll continue to make them. Or leave a comment on what you want to see from me and I'll make some videos for you guys. Okay, so the 5 things I like about this iPad Air. The first thing has to be the size and weight. This thing is light, it's slim, it's thin, it's just a great feel in the hand and it feels like a premium device. And this 10.9-inch liquid retina display is my favorite screen size among the tablets Apple makes. Next up is the M1 chip. There is so much power in this iPad. I can't even begin to explain how fast it is going in and out of apps and multitasking and just how fast you're able to do so much on this iPad. And as Apple and the iPad OS catches up with this M1 chip, this thing's gonna be a powerhouse for years to come. Next up is the colors. With this not being a pro level device, you don't have just the options of space gray and silver. You have a bunch of different colors to choose from starlight to blue to pink. There's a lot of colors you can choose from when you purchase this iPad, which makes it ultimately more customizable and more consumer friendly. Next up is the accessories. One thing I didn't like about the iPad mini was that there was no Magic Keyboard. But with this iPad Air, you have the Apple Pencil and you have the option for a Magic Keyboard, which is one of my favorite Apple accessories they've ever made to date. So I don't have to speak much on it. You know how much I love it and use it. Next up is portability. I kind of talked about it in size and weight, but grab and go, throw in a backpack, coffee shop, taking a walk, being on set of a shoot, just using it as your personal assistant within your apartment or your home. This thing is so easy to carry around and it's so light. I think it's the perfect tablet Apple makes. So as we like things, we're always gonna dislike things. So let's talk about the 5 things I dislike. The first thing is everything under the Pro is all Touch ID and no Face ID. We're at the point where just make both now. I like Touch ID. I don't like that when I touch it, I have to scroll up every time I want to use it. I like with Face ID, I can just put it up to my face and it unlocks. So I'd much rather see Face ID and Touch ID in this, but if I had to choose one, I'd choose Face ID. I like it more. It's a lot easier to use. That's how my iPhone is. That's how my iPad is. That's how they all should be. Next up is ProMotion. I wish this had 120 Hertz. I know you have to have a reason to go buy the Pro, so that's why it has 120 Hertz. But until you use both, and not even side by side, until you use one and go to another one and you're exposed to 120 Hertz, you notice how slow this thing is, especially with multitasking and scrolling. You just notice how it's not as snappy and smooth as the iPad Pro is at 120 Hertz. Next up is better battery life. This thing is a tablet, it should be lasting days. I used this thing all day as I was shooting a lot of my videos and using this as kind of my personal assistant, looking at shot lists, looking at storyboards, changing music in my apartment, just keeping the mood going. And from 8 o'clock when I woke up and took it off the charger to about 5:30 when I plugged it back in, that's the battery I had, from 100% down to about 15 to 20%. So I wish this thing had a little bit better battery. But again, as you get like a 12.9 iPad, you're getting a bigger iPad, which means a bigger battery. And then better storage options. At 64 gigs and 256 gigs, that's all you got and there's not much to choose from. So you're either forced to get the 64 gig or get the 256 gig. And then you have a decision if you're gonna get the Pro or this one. And then you have decisions you have to make where if you want more storage, you don't really have an option with this and you have to go up. And then finally, a dedicated numbers key. This one's real picky, but with this iPad, the keyboard just has the letters and there's no dedicated number key above that like my iPad Pro has. And it's something that's really frustrating and something I never thought I'd notice until I was typing on this thing and I just needed my numbers. And I either had to force touch down to get my number or hit the dedicated number key. So that's something small I think they can add. It's a picky one. It's a picky one, and I'll be honest with that. But the fact that I had to find those things shows how great of a device this thing actually is and how I would recommend this to almost anyone. So that's the 5 things I like and the 5 things I dislike about the iPad Air, the new one with the M1 chip. So if you like these videos, comment below. Comment what you wish the iPad Air had or what your favorite thing is about it. And until the next video, thanks for all the support. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's grow this community. Thanks, guys.